Previously on
I don't know if he wants to do any more travelling. I'm sure he's pretty chilled, looking very relaxed at his home somewhere in the Pretoria area. Albie, how's it going?
How's it, Darren? Holding yourself, man.
Top of the world, thanks. You must be very happy just to get some chill time.
Yeah, you know, I've been obviously with the cricket, spent almost 120 days out of the country in a row. Yeah, it's been hectic, and obviously with what happened at the World Cup, the disappointment. Yeah, it's good to be back, just see the family, friends, and just sort of carry on with a normal life.
Yeah, it looks like actually a very nice day. Mine just cleared up here as well. I was going to say, I drove in today and it was overcast and drizzling, so looks like the weather's cleared up now in this part of the world.
Yeah, and it's a little bit drizzly still, but it's much better. Yeah, certainly this morning it was a bit cold and overcast.
Yeah, so 120 days out of the country. We just spoke to Gary a short while ago, and we were saying, and obviously it doesn't affect you, but so many of the guys who play all three forms of the game, if any sides in the world, probably India and South Africa are the two that actually have most of their team that play Test, ODIs and T20 games as well. So I mean, it must take it out of the guys.
No, definitely. I mean, that's what happened with, to me this winter. I was playing a bit of county cricket in England for Somerset, when obviously Mark got injured and Mashant Langa got injured, and out of the blue I got the phone call to join the Test team. I haven't been part of that setup for like 3 or 4 years, and that sort of extended my stay in the UK, if you want to call it that. I didn't play any games, or didn't get any game time while I was there, doing the 12-man duties, and that whole thing ended up to be just short of 120 days. I think 116 days to be correct.
Wow. So what's it like being the Pat Lambie of the cricket team?
Yeah, good one. No, actually, I think I was one of the better 12th men ever. I'm not sure the guys were very comfortable after the day's play.
Yeah.
You're there, the guys were pretty successful in the field, so I try to make the change of environment as nice as possible.
Albs, I'm just going to quickly cut our camera just so we can get as much bandwidth from you as possible. Just clipping a little bit, so it should come through a lot clearer, and we use everything for you there. I want to ask you on a serious note, though. I mean, is there a little bit of frustration from your side? Because, as you say, you do get a lot of periods of inactivity, and I think we've seen in the past where a player like yourself who can bowl, obviously you can bat and hit the ball out of the park as well, generally tends to hold down that sort of. We're talking more ODI cricket, I suppose, down that sort of 6, 7, and maybe even a floating role, depending on the nature of the game. In T20 cricket, it's different. I mean, they can put you anywhere in, up at 3 all the way down the order, depending on how the innings is going. But it hasn't been sort of that's Albie's our guy for that kind of thing. Has it been a bit frustrating for you?
Yeah, it's been pretty frustrating. I think, especially our T20 side, for the first time in a long time, we've got a real settled squad together. And, on paper we had a fantastic side. So to find a gap for everyone to perform a role in was really difficult. But looking back at my World Cup, after obviously the disappointment against Pakistan with the over, where I could possibly make a more of an impact was with the batting, and I only faced 9 balls throughout the whole World Cup. And that's not because they don't want to give me an opportunity to play in that position, but it's just how it rolled out. The guys batted well. The game against Zimbabwe, we didn't lose a wicket, and rain affected against Sri Lanka, and then I didn't play against Australia, so it's a bit frustrating. But I've realised that especially in T20 cricket, if you get your 4 balls or your five balls, the impact you can make through scoring 1 or 2 boundaries in that period. Although it's a small impact on the scoreboard, it could be a massive impact in terms of the team.
Yeah, it seemed to be, just from a watching point of view, it seemed to be a much more comfortable lineup batting wise, the way they did it in that last game. I mean, Faf looked right at home where he batted, AB a little up the order more. It just seemed that there was a lot more firepower up top the order, which probably would also allow for a guy like yourself then coming in down at sort of 5, or even being a floater there, depending on how the innings is going once again. That seems to be kind of like our best lineup for a T20 game.
Yeah, I think the last game was pretty solid. Like I said, I always believe in T20 cricket, you get your best players in as quickly as possible. And in my eyes, AB is one of our best players. He's certainly, during the IPL, he showed that he can he can take games away as good as well as anyone in the world. So in my eyes, for him to bat number 3 or 4, was the right move. If he can bat for 50 balls, he'll have 80 on the scoreboard, and that allows lower order, middle order to have a flat platform to launch off.
Yeah, just maybe you can, from a playing point of view, and I mean, you've played so much cricket and you know this form of the game very well as well. And I know Kate wanted to ask Gary this question, we didn't get to it, but she did bring it up on air, and a lot of people have brought it up. I don't understand it, and that is this question about whether players of the ilk of Jacques and Hashim can be in the same T20 side. Now my thinking is, well, whoever's facing the ball, if they can bat and they can hit the ball out of the park, there's place for both of them. And I mean, Jacques got to be there because he's one of your all-rounders. So, it is an all-rounders game. The more top quality all-rounders you've got, the better it is for your side. Can you maybe give your thoughts on that topic? Because a lot of people seem to have been bringing that up on Twitter particularly.
Yeah, look, they're both world-class players. I think Jacques has shown in the IPL that he can definitely play this format, and that's why he's selected to bat in the top order, because he sort of gives you that stability that you need for someone to bat through. And Hashim, before the tournament, he didn't play a lot of T20 cricket for South Africa, and you can see with his record that his strike rate was really low. But then he had a fantastic knock in England in that one rain-shortened game at where was it? At Old Trafford, where he scored like a 50 or 30 balls, and that just shows that he can also play the game. Yeah. And the form he showed throughout the whole summer, they basically went on someone that's carrying form. And Hashim, in my eyes, bowling at net stream, he's definitely got it to make it, good at this form of the game. Yeah.
So both in your eyes must be in the team.
No, I think they can both play off. And luckily for us, it didn't work out in the World Cup. None of them really fired, but that also happens. But in my eyes, that's if you have one, Jacques is the guy to bat through, and Hashim, he can score all around the ground. He's got fancy shots, whatever. You don't have to hit sixes to be successful. Yeah.
All right. Now, have you had a chance to actually have any sensible, coherent conversation with any of your mates in the West Indies team yet? Is Bravo sobered up yet? Are they compos mentis? What's the story?
I don't know. Probably somewhere on the beach. They're still in the Caribbean. They haven't arrived yet. But I also read on Twitter this morning that he's injured, so he won't be joining us for the Champions League. I don't know if it's if he needs a rest after the party they had, but it sounds like he's got a bit of a hamstring problem or something.
Yeah, it starts HA. I don't know if it's hamstring or hangover, but one of the two. But yeah. All right.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, no, we got you loud and clear. Can you hear us? Have you got us there, Albie? Hello. Can you hear us? All right, let's just redial. This is quite a nice link, actually. Yeah. Looks like our signal's gone a little bit haywire as far as trying to touch base with Albie Morkel again. No, it's cool, Johnny. We got the gist of it. I actually wanted to ask him also how they celebrated Mornay's birthday.
2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Mondays to Fridays live on Ballz.co.za. Ballz.co.za.